Hey everybody, this is Tracy here for another edition of View from Tracy's Point, and we are here to recap Greenleaf Season 2, Episode 6, which was titled The Royal Family. So it's Sophia's 16th birthday, and Lady May is planning her a 16th birthday party. And Sophia is also preparing for college, and she's received some literature from a college called Rhodes, and she's letting Grace know that she's really interested in going there, but Grace is totally against it because I guess the school is local to her, and then it has like a religious studies program, and it's becoming apparent that Grace doesn't want Sophia to go into the preaching business. So Zora wants her parents to reconsider the ban on Isaiah, and Zora says that they are punishing him for her sins. And then Carissa thinks that Isaiah is nothing but a Christian thug, and Jacob, he isn't so quick to agree and wants to give Isaiah a second chance. So the test will be at Sophia's 16th birthday party. So Zora and Sophia are out running when Zora starts talking about Isaiah this and Isaiah that, and Isaiah gave her this green juice to drink, and I guess he's been on her about, her weight. So it seems like Isaiah may have some control issues going on. And so Zora lets Sophia know that she invited Isaiah to her birthday party, and before Sophia can say anything, Zora runs off. So Charity and Kevin sit down with the lawyers to hash out the divorce settlement, and things are going well until Charity announces that she will be spending a lot of time in Nashville, and she wants Kevin to receive more flexibility while she's gone so that Kevin can watch the baby while she's gone away. And so Kevin is insulted that she wants him to babysit while she runs off with Jabari. So Aaron questions Charity after Kevin storms out of the meeting, and he believes that there's more than the two of them are saying about why they separated. And he also questions whether she talked to Kevin about her music publishing deal, and Charity says that Kevin knew that she was, that she had signed this contract and was planning to go to Nashville. So if that is true, I think I missed that part of the episode where they had that conversation. So Lady May goes in to see Charity to see how the meeting went, and Charity is concerned that Kevin is going to seek full custody of Nathan. So Lady May asks if the breakup is over Jabari, and when Charity says no, she begins her biblical ramblings about God being able to shine the light on secrets, and that Charity is willing to lose custody of baby Nathan just to hold on to a secret. So she finally breaks Charity, and Charity tells Lady May what Kevin's secret is. Grace and Darius Nash go shopping for Sophia's birthday present, and she has decided to buy Sophia a car. So as they're talking and trying out the different cars, the subject of Sophia's party comes up, and so Darius said something to Grace to the effect, that made her believe that he was kind of upset that he wasn't invited to the party. So she decides to invite him, and he says that he's game if she is. So in her office, Grace is on the phone with her alma mater, Northwestern, requesting some literature be sent to Sophia. So the bishop is there to discuss what happened with Simone and Preston. And remember, they were the couple that was supposed to get married, but they didn't want Grace to marry them, so they called off the wedding. So Grace apologizes, for always being a disappointment to the family. And then Grace decides to tell him that, she invited Darius Nash to the party, and the bishop looks at her like she is crazy and says that he will have to talk it over with Lady May. So Lady May barges into the bishop's office and announces that Kevin is gay, but what she didn't know was that Corinne was underneath the desk plugging in the internet cord. So Lady May just gonna have the man business all over the place. So as Corinne is excusing herself, Lady May reminds her that loose lips sink ships. So Charity didn't exactly tell Lady May that Kevin was gay, but she said that he has urges and has been going to Fortitude for Families. So Lady May wants Kevin out of the house. She wants him fired from the church, and out of their lives completely. But the bishop is more concerned about Darius Nash and tells Lady Mae that she's overreacting and she needs to stay out of Charity and Kevin's business. And then he brings up the whole thing about Darius Nash. But I don't think we saw that part. He catches Grace out in the hallway and lets her know that Lady Mae said that she couldn't bring Darius to the party. So Grace calls Darius to let him know that he can't come, and he decides to break things off with her. And he tells her that his mom, always taught him that relationships usually end the way that they begin, and that they should probably just be friends. And then he tells her, it's for the best because she's a preacher and he's never returning to church. So it would just be a conflict all the way around. And he tells her that he will call her in a couple of days. So over at Triumph, Basie Skanks is practicing memorization of Bible verses when Jacob comes in to question him about a member named Bass Reeves. Yeah, I think it was Bass Reeves. So Jacob says that he was checking the rolls for someone who could help with the legal fees, and he was looking at some of the members that were the highest contributors. So when he tried to contact the Bass Reeves guy, he found out that none of the information on him was good. And then Basie Skanks said, oh, and when you tried to call him, all the numbers were to the Waffle House. And so Jacob is like, yeah, what's up with that? So Basie Skanks, he wants to be the Riddler, or should I say the Joker, and he starts doing card tricks, and Jacob, is trying to keep up and guess which card that, Skanks had. Skanks told him to pull a card or something, and then he shuffled them around. But anyway, Jacob didn't win the card game. So Skanks realizes that Tasha has been running her mouth to Carissa about the finances, and he shares with Jacob how he is really good at poker. And so they play a quick game for $20, and Skanks ends up winning without even looking at his cards. And so Jacob, he's impressed, and he lets Skanks know that he too likes to play poker. So it turns out that this Bass Reeves is a fictional name that Skanks uses to funnel gambling money into the church. And as they are heading to the men's prayer luncheon, Skanks get a text that the next poker match is on for the following night, but they need a location. So somehow he talks Jacob into hosting the party at his house, which means that he has to skip Sophia's party. So it's the day of the party, and when Kevin comes in from work, Lady Mae pulls him aside for a little chat. And so she basically serves Kevin notice that she knows that he is dealing with his feelings for other men. And so she is also, she kind of confused me in this point, but then I think it all kind of made sense later on, because she was telling him that, he needs to try and figure out to get the upper hand on Charity and convince her that they should stay together, because it's better, to be together than it is to be apart and fighting each other and possibly causing a scandal. But then we learn later on in the show that when Kevin doesn't agree to that, then Lady Mae pulls her own moves. So back in their negotiations, Kevin and Charity are blindsided when they learn the settlement has been changed to include a clause to prohibit Kevin from suing if he is ever fired. And so Kevin says he's fine with it, that he just wants everything to be done. So then his lawyer steps in and says that she can't let him sign the document, and then Kevin says, well, I don't recall asking you for permission to sign the document. And then she tells him that if he signs the document, that he'll also have to sign a malpractice waiver, saying that she gave him advice not to sign it, but he signed it anyway. So Kevin walks out, and when Charity follows her, he asks her if she told Lady Mae. And so Charity apologizes, but he tells her that she wins because he's done. At the house, Charity walks into the bathroom as Kevin is touching up his tie and everything, getting ready for the party. And she tells him that, he looks nice. And I think she kind of maybe reached over and touched him or something, but he pulls back and tells her to stop and reminds her that she told her mom that he was gay. And so he orders her to stay out of his way. Downstairs, Sophia introduces Roberto. Remember, he was the boy that she met over at Triumph the night that Isaiah and Zora snuck off. She introduces him to Grace, and he tells her that his mom is over academic affairs at Rhodes College. So now Grace understands why Sophia wants to attend there, because Roberto will be attending there also. So Charity comes in and Grace asks her about Kevin and the divorce, and Charity seems upset and says that it is for the best before walking off. After Carissa and the kids leave, Jacob calls Skanks to let him know that the coast is clear. So Carissa and the kids arrive at the Greenleafs, and the bishop is happy to see them, but disappointed that Jacob didn't come. And so Carissa lets them know that something work-related had come up, but they are both, Lady May and the bishop, are skeptical of this. And so Lady May calls a thing and says that idle hands is the devil's workshop, because Jacob ain't got no church and he ain't got no members, so he ain't got no business unless he's up to something that he ain't supposed to be doing. Then we move over to Aaron and Kevin, and they are standing next to each other at the dessert table when Aaron apologizes for how things went on in the negotiations. So Kevin says that he too is sorry and throws back his drink, slamming the glass down on the table. And then as he turns to walk off, Grace comes up and asks if the two of them would get Sophia's new car ready. So outside, as they're placing the bow on the car, the two get to know each other a little better. And just remember, I predicted that Aaron is gay and he wants him some Kevin. So y'all just remember that. Just remember that. So as they pull the car around, Aaron lets Kevin know that after everything is over, if he ever needs anybody to talk to, that he is there for him. So inside, Sophia is opening her gifts, and the last one is the keys to the car. So inside, Sophia is opening her gifts, and the last one is the keys to the car, and everyone goes outside. And as they walk outside, Kevin and Aaron, get out of the car. So Zora suggests that they should take the car for a spin, and Grace tells them to be home by 11. So Sophia, Zora, Roberto, and Isaiah arrive at the bowling alley, and of course Sophia's all excited, but then she realizes that Isaiah and Zora has stopped. So when she asks them what they were doing, Zora says that she just told the parents that they were going to the bowling alley so that they could get out, but her and Isaiah really wanted to go to this place called The Row. And I think it was a bar, because she said that Isaiah had a friend that worked there and he could get them some beer. But Sophia, she said she's not down with it, and that, she wanted to go to the bowling alley. And then she finally releases, all her frustration and anger with Zoe, and I keep calling her Zoe, anger with Zora, and accuses her of being obsessed with Isaiah and under his control. And then Zora gets offended and says that she can't believe that Sophia is talking to her like that. But in the end, Zora and Isaiah end up leaving together. So back at the party, Charity confronts Lady May about the employment clause, and she tells her mom that she won't let her fire Kevin under any circumstances, but Lady May lets her know that family comes first and she will fire Kevin if he gets out of line. So at the poker party, Skanks ain't no joke on the poker table, and these men are playing for like some real cash here. And did I mention that there were women at the party that were serving them? Like, we never got to see anybody's face, but we saw some boobs and we saw some slender waistlines. So I don't know who these women were that was at this party, but that may come back to haunt Jacob later on as well. So Skanks wins like $40,000, or was it $80,000? I know there was like a really high bet, and then I think he matched the bet and then he upped it or something. So it was in the tens of thousands of dollars that he won. And then he told Jacob to never doubt him. So after everyone leaves, Jacob and Skanks are counting and bundling the money. And so Skanks tells Jacob, how they will get the money into the offering plate on Sunday. And he suggests that Jacob come up with like a fake name, like he came up with the Bass Reeves name. So Jacob is more concerned about how God feels about this, and is this gambling outside of God's law. But Skanks, pretty much wraps it up in a neat bow and let Jacob know that all of it's God's money, so it doesn't really matter how you get it to the Lord's house. So when Carissa comes home, Jacob is Googling the name Bass Reeves, and it turns out to be a gunslinger from the Western days or something. And so he asks her, about the party, and she says that his mother was rude, his dad was pouty, and the house wasn't the house that they're staying in. So Jacob assures her that they will be out of there soon and have their own place. So when he gets up and walks out of the room, Carissa is like pushing the chairs into the table when she finds a $100 bill on the floor. So Jacob has some explaining to do. The last scene of the show, Grace walks in on the bishop as he is writing a note in the study Bible that he gave Sophia for her birthday. And Grace points out that he gave a study Bible to her, but not to Faith and Charity. And she tells him that she doesn't want Sophia to follow in her path. And so the bishop lets her know that Sophia came to him and asked for the study Bible because she had signed up to teach the little saints at church. So I'm thinking that must be like the little kids' Sunday school class. So Grace is surprised and shares that Sophia never said to her that she had signed up to teach the little kids. And he lets her know that she was afraid to because Grace would try to talk her out of it. So the bishop asks Grace, what will it take to bring her back into the fold? And she says for them to put Mike in jail. So the bishop, he's looking at her like, girl, will you please let it go? And he, recites that little scripture in the Bible about vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And then he lets her know that anyone that tries to take matters into their own hands are treading down a dangerous road. And then Grace breaks down crying, and he consoles her for a second. But then he walks out of the room. And so I'm thinking, Grace, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to get back at Uncle Matt. But isn't that how we have left a couple of these episodes this season? So hopefully Grace will get over herself and get over the situation with Uncle Mac. But we know that's not going to happen because on the previews for next week, there's going to be some conflict and tension between Grace and Uncle Mac. And then remember the girl from the condominium he used to live in who was having problems with her mom? Looks like she's going to be on next week's episode. So Grace may have found out about her. So that's it for me, guys. Leave your comments below, rate the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I will chat with you guys later. Bye-bye.